I will kick off with Tesla. It's Tech Monday. Now, Tesla is in the news as investigation continues on a crash in Texas. Elon Musk's response to that crash in Spring, Texas, in which 2 men were killed in what authorities have described as a driverless Tesla Model S. Now, of course, just before that, what you see, of course, is a very cheap electric car, which is made in China. Actually, the cheapest electric car, that one. It's made in China, and I actually saw one of those, well, not this particular brand in Lagos here, but hey, come on, it's something that has, it's looking at making its entrance into the African market. But we're talking now about Tesla. Exactly. Now, this particular driver, some Tesla drivers have demonstrated that autopilot, which you can see in function here, works on roads without painted lanes. Now, federal crash investigators are now examining the crash in Texas. Musk also claimed that data logs recovered from the crash Model S so far show that autopilot was not enabled. Now, but research has shown that autopilot can turn off unexpectedly without notifying the driver. Now, autopilot makes mistakes, and when it encounters a situation that it cannot negotiate, it can immediately shut itself off. Fisher said, if the driver isn't ready to react quickly, it can end in a crash. Now, as you can see in that video, autopilot doesn't mean that you can sit down on the back seat. Stay in front, eh? Now, Tesla warns that drivers need to keep their eyes on the road and hands on the wheel at all times, just as you can see in that video now. Though the automaker famously refuses to indicate a more robust driver monitoring system, like infrared eye tracking, for example, to ensure its customers are following safety protocols. Autopilot is considered a level 2 partially automated system by the Society of Automotive Engineers Standards, which requires that drivers keep their hands on the wheels and eyes on the road. So that's it. When you say autopilot, when it comes to a car, doesn't mean that you should go sit down at the back, as was the case with that particular crash in Spring, Texas. It means that you should be in front there, probably your hands still on it, but then autopilot can be engaged. And yeah, that's quite something that let's look forward to seeing how it works, or if it will work in these climbs. And moving on from that, still talking about cars, this is the cheapest electric car. And of course, it's made in China. That's no pun intended. All right, let's take a look at this. Now, this one will interest Titi and a few other people. You know, there are different phones now come up with magnifying zoom of 40x. There's even 120x. How about taking your picture from outer space, like a camera that can zoom in and pick you all the way from space? Yep, it's available, it's possible. Let's take a look at this. Mm. 3.2 billion megapixels, yeah? that one can see you can see your bloodstream. You can zoom in and see your bloodstream, yeah? Okay, moving on from that now. I've always loved holographs, you know, and I see these screens popping up from somewhere and all of that. And people are talking about, of course, it's been in use in military, the military field, but then it's coming now into the civilian, space. Let's take a look at this.
LG is once again changing the screen game at CES, and a 55-inch transparent OLED display is at the heart of it. LG debuted a host of concepts for potential products using the display. In this case, the screens are changing with the times. As exciting as all these product uses are, it's important to note that they're still just concepts and not yet.
These people in Wake Up Nigeria like food too much. They saw everything. They saw Tesla. They saw electric car in China. They saw transparent screen. The only thing that entered their mind is sushi. We like food too much, Mary. That's it on Tech Monday, of course. Let's move over this week in history.